Welcome to the Creative and Ambitious Entrepreneur Podcast.
My name is Jen Clark.
And I'm Elke Clark. We are a mother-daughter team who started our Zazzle e-commerce businesses over 10 years ago and have sold over $15 million worth and counting of products on Zazzle with our designs on them.
We had so many people asking us how we did this, so we created the Profit by Design Academy, a 12-month coaching program where you will implement the 5 strategies we have used for success on Zazzle.
When we aren't coaching our amazing clients to reach millions in sales on Zazzle, we love cooking food from places all over the world that we've traveled to, jet-setting to our next dream destination, spending quality time with our close friends and family, or having fun creating our next bestsellers in our own Zazzle businesses.
In this podcast, we share actionable steps you can take to make money in your online business using Zazzle. Each episode will take you one step closer to creating that perfect business, which will give you the freedom to live your dream life.
We believe that you can have anything you dream of as long as you work smarter, not harder. We're here to give you the tools you need to make your dream life happen. So let's get started. Well, hey there, it's Elke.
And Jen, and welcome to another episode of the Creative and Ambitious Entrepreneur Podcast. And today we have a lovely guest, one of our clients, Christy, and she's going to tell us her story about how she went from employee to entrepreneur.
Welcome, Christy.
Yeah, welcome.
Thank you so much for having me.
You're very welcome. We're really excited to hear your story. I remember, and you just actually told us off camera when you first started with us, but I remember first talking to you, and it was right when you were a little bit nervous about what was going on with your job situation, and you really wanted to invest your time in creating this Zazzle business so that you could move forward and be your own boss and then actually have some certain freedoms that you were feeling a bit constricted before about having, right?
Right, definitely. It was a kind of scary time to have your boss tell you that, oh, we're going to cut back hours now because we just need to tighten up. And it was a very scary time for me.
I can see how a lot of people, especially over the last 2 years since COVID started, are feeling the same thing that happened to you. And so let's keep going and diving in and see how that situation, which was pretty scary, turned into a really good situation for you. So let's get started. Yeah. So could you tell us a little bit more about yourself and your Zazzle journey, which is the thing that we're talking about here. If anyone's listening to this and realizing it says employee to entrepreneur in the title and going like, okay, what's this Zazzle thing? Let's help do that first. And then we want to talk, let Christy say her journey with Zazzle. Yeah.
So Zazzle, I live, breathe, and eat Zazzle. Zazzle is a print-on-demand platform, which is an e-commerce-based platform where all 3 of us, so myself, Elke, and Christy, we have our own individual businesses on Zazzle. And now Elke and myself teach people like Christy in terms of how to make money online using that platform. And it's a wonderful, as I said, print on demand. So for anybody who doesn't know, it's where we create stores online and we design products that are printed and created when the customer purchases them. And we love this design model because it is just extremely eco-friendly. And also as a designer and a shopkeeper or seller, whatever you want to call us, we don't have to deal with all of the other stuff that most other print on demand and also other e-commerce platforms have to deal with. And so Zazzle has just been a wonderful experience for us. And myself and Elke have had our shops for now 14 years. Christy, you can confirm on how long you've been on Zazzle. But we just love this platform because it has given us so many freedoms. And Christy will definitely dive into how her freedoms have changed by creating this online space and store for herself as well.
So we know when you started with us, which was in 2018, when you took our first course, which is the Profit by Design Academy, but it was called something else different back then. And we don't need to confuse people. We'll just say it's the same teaching. But were you on Zazzle before that, even before you took our training?
Yes, I started Zazzle in 2016, but it was like the end. It was like more like August when I started in 2016. And I was just at that point in time kind of throwing spaghetti up against a wall and see what stuck. Mm-hmm. I did do, things started to go, I started to sell. I mean, my first year I made $256.
Ooh. Very good.
But it kind of lit the fire that it was like, I should be able to do this. I can do this, especially coming from a graphic design background and that being my trade. And that's kind of what I did for a living, is doing fashion design, accessory design. So I felt like I got this. And I worked hard on it in my spare time when I could, being a full-time worker and a mom. And I just kind of was not getting where I wanted to go. I mean, I did fairly good my second year, 2017. I did make $2,000.
Ooh,
But
good.
it's definitely not where I wanted to be.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get that. I get that. So that's when you realized that, well, we just started this course back in, actually like a beginner's course I released in December of 2016. And then everyone loved that so much that people kept asking me, well, what's the next thing? And so it took me a while to create a course. And I think we launched that one that you were part of, which was called the 5-Step Profit Plan. Same sort of thing, talking about the 5 strategies, which are the core key principles that we teach. And I think we released that in June or August, somewhere in the summer. And so then the rest is history, right? Because you've been with us pretty much ever since. You've done a lot of training with us, whatever we've offered. We always try and offer more things when we saw the need. And like we always improve also the Profit by Design Academy, which is sort of our signature course now. It really helps move things along. But go ahead.
I wanted to ask Christy, so after you made that $2,000 in your second year, was that sort of at the turning point where, like, give us some more information on how you found us or why you decided to take a course?
Well, I started looking online and trying to find other people that have been on Zazzle and that had success. And that's when I came across the website and I heard your story. And that kind of was like, wow, you can make that kind of money on here. This is where I need to be. I need to try to figure out how to be there.
Yeah.
So that's when I signed up for the course.
Very cool.
So, and then once you signed up, how did it go from there? Did you want to keep going with your...
Yeah, I can keep going with my income. In 2018, I made about $6,000. So that was after joining the course. And in 2019, around that time, I had some medical issues. So I did have to take a big gap where I wasn't able to work. And it was about, I would say, maybe a little over a year.
Wow.
I would try to do a little bit here and there, but I really just couldn't. It was hard enough for me to just do my day job. And so, but I'm all better now.
I'm very happy
about
it.
So glad.
And then, 2019, I made $9,000, which is still more, but wasn't the growth I was really looking for.
Yeah.
And 2020, I didn't grow again like I really wanted to. It was that I made $11,000. But it was a very pivotal year for me because that was the year that I started to kind of invest in my time more. And it's also when I got laid off in August of 2020.
Yeah.
So that was kind of a situation that was just, okay, well, now what am I going to do? And so that's when I kind of invested all in.
Yeah.
And I said, well, I'm just going to go for it. And it was really good. So my 2021, I made $29,000.
Woohoo!
That's like 10.
But I was also freelancing. I'm also freelancing on the side. So I do work for some other people on the side. So it was good. I was really happy. And then this year so far, I've already made $15,000.
I'm so excited for you.
That's in the first quarter too. So if you say 15,000 times 4, like, oh gosh, we're at what? Almost 45, 60.
$60,000.
60.
Yeah.
I can't do math, but yeah, that's amazing. That's wonderful. And I remember speaking to you at the beginning, and you were a little bit nervous about what was going on with your financial situation. And I think in 2021 in January, you came into our mastermind as well.
Right.
And that was where I saw the fire. It ignited. It was like, I'm ready for this. I'm all in. And we're just so happy and excited for you. Plus, like, your designs are amazing. And having that background in graphic design, you can really now put like light into your creations and just feel good. Because I also remember talking to you, and I think, correct me if I'm wrong, but that you were always creating things for other people, and you had to like have those design concepts, and you couldn't be free and do what you wanted to all the time.
Right.
And so now
designing for a company.
Yeah.
Or in some cases, my freelancing, I work for a company that bag design. So I design for each of their customers that they come on, they bring on.
Yeah.
So it's like, you're not really designing for yourself. You're designing for all these other people, and they all have their ideas. And, there's a lot of leeway that you have to kind of bend something to kind of make them happy as well.
Yeah. Well, and that's also a really important part is that transition that's required is when you're going from somewhere where you're working for someone and they're telling you what to do, and then all of a sudden you have to be that creative spark yourself. Even with that kind of a background, it's hard to make that decision because each decision is based that's your future income, right? And do you spend the time on it? Is this the right way to go? And so I think that's one of the real pluses and bonuses of the mastermind is that it gives you that feeling of confidence that you can analyze the market, you can make those assessments based on what's selling in your product suite already, and then feel confident based on the numbers as to what the risk is, as to how much time to spend on something rather than something else.
Yeah, the most valuable thing for me was the analytics.
Yeah.
To me, that's where everything is. Knowing what is going on in your store, it takes that guesswork out.
Yep.
And it starts to give you feel that it builds that confidence in you because you know what's doing well.
Yeah.
You know what's selling and you know what you can make more of that's going to do well. It's like it gives you a plan. And so now when I go in, it's like, oh, what am I going to do? Sometimes I'll do fun stuff and then other that I want to do that I've been kind of looking at. And then other times I'm like, well, how can I expand this that's already doing well? And it really has just helped me out so much.
That's wonderful. I wanted to ask you, can you equate that confidence that you have now to the, what's the opposite of confidence? But when you were in that situation where you had your boss and they said, we're going to cut your hours, and just that feeling of being angst.
Fear.
Yeah.
That was fear.
Fear versus what you have now where you actually are in power, right? You have the power. Yeah.
Yeah, it was fear. It was almost like anxiety-driven fear that gives you that panic.
Yeah.
Internal panic of what am I going to do? I have a child. I have to pay for things. It's not like I get that. Oh,
Yeah.
No biggie.
Yeah.
It's a big biggie.
Pay childcare.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely a biggie.
Yeah.
No, it's so interesting because not too many people do go right into okay, let's get going. Most, 95% of the population probably paralyzed, deer in headlights, right? While you're feeling totally sick to your stomach because what the heck can I just do now to help myself? And so we're so excited that you were able to take that transition and be a little less panicky, even though at the time it was still your whole world just shifted, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it helps to have a really strong family that supports you.
Yeah.
I will say that my dad just believed in me, and my husband believes in me, my brother believes in me, my daughter believes in me, and all that support.
That's awesome.
They're so proud of me for my little milestones, feeling like they're big to them. And it just makes me feel like I've got them in my corner. They've got my back. And it's just really helpful.
Yeah.
I love that you said that because that's a rarity. Most people who come into the Zazzle business or any entrepreneurial business that's so different from what people are used to understanding as a way to make money don't have that same experience. They usually have a lot of pushback. And so that's really wonderful that you've been given all that extra support and feel the confidence from that end as well, which is awesome.
I feel lucky, definitely lucky. It is nice to have them behind me every step of the way.
Have you heard about the Profit by Design Academy yet?
Are you looking for the perfect online business or side hustle that gives you monthly cash flow so you can live your dream life?
Are you a new or current Zazzle creator who is struggling to figure out how to make Zazzle work for you, worried that you're wasting your time and using the throw spaghetti against the wall to see if it sticks trick method, and unsure about how you can start and scale your Zazzle business?
Then the Profit by Design Academy is a perfect solution for you. You will feel confident, supported, and clear on how you will create a financial abundance side hustle using the Zazzle marketplace.
Imagine having access to the exact 5 strategies that we've used to build our Zazzle business and scale it, which we have sold over $15 million worth of Zazzle products so far with that method.
And that's not just us. We've helped our coaching clients in the Profit by Design Academy sell over $30 million worth of Zazzle products combined.
We invite you to join this incredible coaching experience where you receive the proven roadmap and hands-on support to accelerate your Zazzle business and make your dream of achieving passive income a reality.
Head on over to the show notes to grab the link and we will see you on the inside. Or go to elkeclark.com/start-and-scale.
Now let's get back to the show.
So now I want you to talk a little bit about the freedoms this Zazzle business has given you, because I just can't get over, like, I almost like am envious of your Instagram stories because you're always doing something fun with your daughter or you're doing something fun with your husband. And it's like, this is the middle of the day.
We have to also ask Christy about the cosplay. Her daughter's very interested in doing all of these really cool, I don't know, the Comic-Con type things. My brothers love that. And so I see all these pictures.
Con is the one we went to.
Yeah. So
And she's really into dressing up. And so we dressed up together and we went to basically the convention, you know, and it was really funny because she met some of her friends there. So we were together most of the time, but there was a little bit there where I was ditched for a little bit in costume. But it's okay. I knew some people, so it was not that embarrassing.
well, you did your part, right? It's the same as with Jen and I. Like, there's a certain part where it's like great to be together, and then all of a sudden it's like, okay, Mom, just step back a little bit. Just
Bye.
bye. Yeah, they don't say it that nicely, right? Sometimes.
No, sometimes it was like literally I was standing there talking to somebody and then she was gone. I was like, you didn't even say goodbye.
I know. Wait, I can be on her side and just say, it just so happens. It just
It just
happens.
happens.
It just, I don't know what happens.
I
It
didn't
just
have
happens.
time to say anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, I think also Elke was saying, so for your Zazzle business, then you're able to do those things without worrying. I mean, for me, I would say I would have to talk to my boss to ask time off, or, you know, or you might feel nervous that you're spending time with it's that sense of guilt too, where you're spending time with your kids, or should you be working on your business, or are you feeling guilty? So just you having that freedom now where you're like at peace and relaxed and say, I can go with my husband, or I can go with my daughter and enjoy.
I love it. I mean, I really do. I'm on Mondays, I go to the gym for yoga. And then on Tuesdays and Thursdays in the morning, I go to yin yoga. And then I do like Zumba in the evenings on Thursday. And then Friday mornings, I do step.
You're amazing. Oh my gosh.
This Monday, I decided, I was like, well, I'm taking the day off and I am going to spend the time in my garden.
That's amazing. I need to take some life lessons from Christy. Yeah, that's awesome. That's
That is
wonderful.
amazing. Yeah. And initially, I'm sure we always have some pushback when we talk about in the Profit by Design Academy. And in any of our training, we always say, try to keep it to 20 hours a month. And everyone's going like, whoa, that can't be possible. But I like what you've done, because you're actually like, well, I shouldn't say you've done it, but like you have already decided that's going to be your lifestyle. And most people think that if you work hard now and do tons of extra hours, then that's later is going to pay off, and
they're
you're
going
going
to
to
reap
have that
the
huge
benefits.
time off, right?
Yeah.
Whereas if you're starting a business from scratch, even if it's from scratch or you've been trying to do it for a while, if you don't incorporate that fun time right away and give yourself me time, then you're never going to give it to yourself later, because you're building your business model based on it all or nothing work right now. And so that's the scary part of saying like, okay, I just lost my job and I still have to work really hard, but
I deserve time off,
like how can I do 20 hours and still feel like I'm going to get there and not feel nervous that, you know, you're not going to compensate for the lack of your other business being like, or other job income being taken away from you. Mm-hmm. How did you feel about that, and how did you manage that in terms of that concept?
I think it started because my girlfriend is a hairdresser, so there's 2 days a week where she doesn't work.
Oh, okay.
And so she would go, let's meet for lunch. And I'd be like, okay. And it's like, you can meet and I was like, fine, I'll do it. And so we'd meet for lunch, and it just kind of started. And then I started to make more money, feeling more comfortable with myself, taking this time away. And then it just kind of evolved. And then we started doing other things. Like we did a salt float recently.
Oh, I don't know what that is.
Where you get in these pods and you they put it full of salt water and you float there.
Cool.
That's cool.
And it's because it has so much salt in it, you just really just float. Mm-hmm. It's really kind of interesting, and we had a really good time doing that. And so we try to do like kind of different things like that together. Mm-hmm. So, and that kind of started to evolve. And then I just started enjoying having time for myself. And the thing is if on the weekend I need to do something for Zazzle, it's okay. I can just take some time and do some stuff for Zazzle. Or if in the evening, I want to get some stuff done, I do it in the evening because I didn't do it in the day. And sometimes I don't meet my production goals. And that's okay because I'll make them up later.
Yeah.
And I'm okay because I know when I am doing stuff, I'm doing the right thing.
I love that. I love that attitude. Everyone has to bring, that's a huge tip for anyone listening, is bring that attitude with you. Like, she's not just shirking her work, but she's going to take it and let it sit in with what her life is all about. And that's the whole reason everyone starts a business on Zazzle, right? Is so that you can have more than just work.
Yeah.
Well, sometimes I get in the groove and I just go and I'll do a lot of work at one time. And then there's other times where I just want a little bit more flexibility.
Exactly.
And
That is the whole reason.
Yeah, you're allowed to do that. And I love how you just said it started out small. You're like, oh, I can go for lunch. And then now you're like, I'm actually designating time. And I don't know how many times you said yoga, but I counted at least 4 or 5 per week. And that's awesome. It's wonderful. And I think, like, for me, I was nervous at the beginning when I first started my Zazzle business. I literally would write down the hours, and if I took an hour off, I felt so guilty. But then now I feel like I know that it's working, and I feel, as you said, I feel confident that I've implemented things in the past so that today, in the present, or even in the future, I can go forward and I can do things without feeling that guilt, right?
Right. And also, if you're following a proven plan and you're, like Christy said, an analysis, so you're always checking to see how it's going, then there's no reason to panic or worry about, did you do enough, right? And you can balance it out.
Yeah, I really enjoy doing the analysis.
You're one of the few, but that's
and I do enjoy it. I'm an artist that has an analytical mind. And I just really enjoy the numbers. I mean, I have my spreadsheets that populate, and I just enjoy looking at what's going on in my store because it helps me make informed decisions too, where I'm not wasting my time.
You just said it in a nutshell.
No.
And you've been really helpful in providing even some helpful hints in terms of like how to do the analysis when you've come up against something and you go like, actually, I still need more help with this. And so it's been really helpful to keep modifying it and improving that particular big Excel spreadsheet that we've developed that helps people look at stuff.
Yeah. No, it's very true. And I'm just extremely excited and happy for you to see what you're capable of in the future. Because you've come along such a long way. I almost flubbed up there. Such a long way. And just your confidence and your lifestyle, you change. I remember, and when we first met you on camera and we were talking to you about joining in one of our masterminds, and you were just so nervous. And I don't mean this in a bad way, but you're just very nervous of what you could even do or accomplish in the future and what we were going forward. And then now it's just seeing you in this light. It's just like you are the prime, super mom. Then just self-care as well.
I don't know about super mom.
Well, any mom who dresses up in like cosplay with their daughter deserves a gold star for sure.
You definitely you tick the boxes off for your daughter for sure.
Yeah.
Oh, geez. Well, this is such a great interview that we're having, and I really hope that anyone who has decided, go all in and become an entrepreneur. Christy is such a great role model to not only know it's okay to do, even if you're forced to do it, there's a way to make it work, and then also to make sure that it's a balanced experience and get the tools you need, feel the confidence that you're making the right decisions because you've got that support and backup, and then make sure that you take care of you because as an entrepreneur, we're all solo entrepreneurs, right? We don't have a staff working for us and we can take time off. So we are the ones that do everything. And so we have to be okay. We have to be mentally okay, health-wise okay. We have to balance our life so that we can get to the work. It's a huge package. And Christy's just embodied that completely.
Yeah.
So
meditation has helped too. I think, I do like this thing, it's called Brain Tap.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh.
And it has dual voices. And sometimes I listen to it at night and it kind of tries to break habits.
Oh, cool.
And so I'm always trying to work on my mindset and trying to, because you can always get better.
Yeah.
Because there's always something, there's some things I have, a lot of the mindset issues I have don't really pertain to Zazzle as much sometimes. They're more of a personal issue.
It's very true. Yeah.
But I do use meditation, and it does help me during stressful times, because it's not just like, your work that's going to be stressful. It's going to be, your family that's going through some stuff, or your kid that's going through some stuff, or just a lot of personal stuff that starts to pile up all of a sudden.
Yeah.
So, I feel like that's also really helped me through this, to maintain a good place.
I can see that that's working, because you're always very calm. I've always got and like if there's an issue, like even with Christy sometimes helps even in our Profit by Design Academy coaching calls. She's got some really great ideas, and she sees other people in a situation that she's been in, and she's got a solution for her, and she just offers, which is really awesome. But it just comes from this place of calm and relax. And I think it's so good, and it's something we all need to learn. Even though we teach mindset, we can always improve.
Exactly.
Everybody can.
Exactly.
I do a lot of that in my yin yoga class, which I do enjoy. Is a lot of mindset, like more of like a meditational mindset talk, where they talk about the different values in yoga, and how to achieve different things like kindness and what that really means. It's also about being kind to yourself.
Yeah.
And I think that's like something that we all can use a little help with at some
Definitely.
point.
Definitely.
Because I think we're the meanest bullies to ourselves.
We are. I was about to say we are our own worst critics, or bullies. I like that too. It's very true. We self-sabotage and we self-doubt, all those things. So it's really great that you're working. Everybody can always improve, but it's really wonderful that you're working on improving that. And it shows within your confidence, and then also within your Zazzle business too. So yeah.
Make me a better worker.
But it's not all about work. So that's the whole point.
Yeah.
We want to create this business using the Zazzle platform, but just make it a business that works for you, gives you the money you need, but then allows you to have that freedom and time to be more
enjoy life.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yes.
Yeah. Exactly.
Well said. Yeah.
Well said.
Yeah, because otherwise you're just running and stop and enjoy life.
Yeah. No, it's very true. And that's why we started our Zazzle businesses, and we're so happy that we can influence people too, because as you said, it needs to be that balance, and you need to enjoy life. You can't be just stuck in the, that circle or cycle. So yeah. You are an inspiration to anyone who's an employee, and, in this past, as Elke mentioned, in the past couple of years, if they've had their hours cut or been, laid off, then you are one person that they can look at and say, if she can do it, I can do it.
Transition to a better life.
Just so you know, the time that I worked for that company, they cut back hours, and then it would go back to regular hours, and then they cut it back again. So before even
roller coaster. Yeah.
Before, I think it was like at the beginning of 2020. I mean, we kind of stayed afloat, and he was actually selling masks too, which was kind of keeping it afloat. He thought he could make it through. I started squirreling away money.
Yeah.
Because I was like, it's just the stability wasn't there. And so you have to think about, like, how can I squirrel away a little bit here, a little bit there? So if anything happens, I can do what's necessary.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, and thank you for bringing that up, because, even though we always say, Zazzle's the greatest and all that stuff, you still have to be wise with the money that you earn even on the Zazzle platform, because you don't know what's going to happen, right? You don't know if there's going to be another pandemic or something else. And so you have to be wise with what you've done in terms of setting up your business as well. And that's a great learning. So many value, tips that you've given us here. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
It's been really awesome.
Yeah. So we're going to wrap up, because I think you've given us so much wonderful information. I think you probably need to head out too, but we wanted to say thank you so much for joining us and being on our podcast and being such an inspiration to so many people and sharing your story. It's wonderful to hear it from you and see you and your beautiful face. It's just, wonderful.
We love having you, and we love that you're in our community, and we love that you're consistently moving up and building the business that you want using the Zazzle platform, and to get that lifestyle that you're actually living already. It's not even that you want it, you're living it already. Yeah. So kudos to you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Well, thank you. And everybody who's listening to this podcast, thank you so much for listening, and we will see you in the next episode. Bye.
Thank you so much for listening to the Creative and Ambitious Entrepreneur Podcast with us, Jen and Elke Clark.
We hope this episode has given you actionable steps to building your online business that that gives you the monthly cash flow you want while working less and living more.
If you've enjoyed this episode, please take a minute to subscribe, rate, and review the podcast. Each review helps us reach more entrepreneurs like you working to create a profitable e-commerce online business.
Follow us on Instagram at Ms. Jen Clark and at Elke Clark, and DM us with your biggest takeaway from today's episode. See you back here next week.